Why?
I didn't know you were a band.
It's Dave. I'd love to see you, brother. I know it's been a while.
I got a couple of surprises for you. We're back. We're back.
When the perfectly personalized is out there, why buy boring?
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients for immune health.
All right, before we go, check out the new rom-com At Midnight on Paramount Plus, streaming Friday.
It actually stars 2 of Tom Cruise's former co-stars, Top Gun Mavericks, Monica Barbaro, and Diego Boneta from Rock of Ages.
Our Wilmar Fuji is with them. Bye, everybody.
Take care, y'all.
Happening now.
An 18-foot food service trailer stolen in the middle of the night. We'll tell you if San Antonio police are seeing an uptick in stolen property.
Well, I'm here at UT Health San Antonio talking about an exciting program that helps people with substance use disorder, how they're making sure transportation is no longer a barrier for their patients.
Noticeable temperature swings are on the way. We've got a few cold fronts in the forecast. We'll get into those details along with our next chance of rain. The news at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, stolen cabinets, doors, and more found inside a U-Haul, and that lands 2 men in custody.
This after San Antonio police say a new home construction site on the southwest side have been hit and burglarized several times now. Take a look at the suspects, 41-year-old Ernest Morales and 38-year-old Eddie Alvarez, each of them facing theft charges.
According to the police department, the construction site off Loop 410 and Old Pearsall Road was becoming a common target for thieves. In an effort to catch those criminals, they put trackers on some of the items. Those came in handy today, leading officers right to a motel on Southwest Military Drive.
Where they see a U-Haul truck. They run that plate of the U-Haul truck, it's stolen, and the tracker's hitting right to that U-Haul truck.
Thousands of dollars worth of stolen items were found in that truck. SAPD says a GMC Yukon was the one the suspects were in, was also stolen. At last check, they were still looking for that Yukon and the driver.
All right, take a good look at this food truck. The owner says it was stolen, and now her main source of income is gone with it. It's called the Build-A-Burger food truck, and it's more than a place where people would get food. It's also how owner Julia Valdez is able to feed her own family. As our Camelia Juarez reports, Valdez hopes by some miracle that food truck will make its way back to her.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's pretty much all I have.
Julia Valdez was shocked when she discovered her nearly $40,000 food truck, Build-A-Burger, wasn't where she left it early Monday morning.
It's my livelihood. It's what I feed my kids with.
This is where the 18-foot food tractor trailer was parked right in front of this house. You can see they even left some of these locks on the ground.
It's really, really big. It's really hard to miss.
Valdez says the truck was not insured.
And I got this little one that definitely I need to keep providing for. So they really couldn't have picked a worse person to steal from.
SAPD reports a 15% increase in property crime thefts from 2021 to 2022. Valdez did file a police report. If you have any information about this case, call San Antonio Police. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
A man in the hospital, another on the run at this hour following a road rage shooting late last night. It happened near I-35 and Ruderman Road. San Antonio police say a man driving a multi-car trailer shot 3 times by someone in a big rig. The victim told officers it was a case of road rage. It's unclear what set that suspect off, though. The victim is expected to be okay.
He stole money from a man who was hurt in a high-speed chase, then took it to the bank. Now, this Atascosa County EMS director has been fired. 55-year-old Donald Penny charged with official oppression, but his troubles with the law don't stop there. Penny also being investigated for possibly taking money from an Atascosa County sheriff's deputy who died in an off-duty crash back in December. Penny also later seen on surveillance video exchanging the bloody money for non-bloody money at a Jordan bank. He eventually admitted that he took the cash in the past, saying he intended to pay it back. He was fired during the last Atascosa County Commissioners Court meeting.
There are a lot of things that make recovery so difficult for people with substance use disorders. One of those is being able to get to the necessary appointments, transportation. Courtney Friedman explains that's why a UT Health San Antonio program is offering free rides to its patients.
I was what they called a serial relapser. I had several DWIs, was just able to dodge the felony conviction there, but also had controlled substance issues, felony that came with that. In county jail.
Richard Hamner bounced around to many recovery centers and remembers transportation being a barrier.
It was necessary to have all of those different resources available, but when you don't have transportation and you can't get there or you need to connect, yeah, that's huge.
In his full circle journey, Hamner is now a program manager for Be Well Texas, a UT Health San Antonio program treating patients statewide for opioid and other substance use disorders. His team sees patients having that transportation issue, so they're eliminating it.
They need to go to the lab to get their labs done for our providers. We take them. They need to go pick up their medication. We also provide rides for them.
Be Well Texas practice manager Claudia Draper says they teamed up with Lyft Health about 2 months ago.
So here's how it works. The patient needs a ride to their appointment, so they get on the phone, call Be Well Texas, and immediately the staff jumps on the Lyft app and books them a ride. And with no time at all, that ride pulls up ready to take them exactly where they need to go.
Just, hop in your car and go 15 minutes and you're there. It might take 2 hours on the bus because of the route you have to take.
Both Draper and Hamner can already tell fewer patients are missing their appointments, and soon that will show in their recovery. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
We're going to take a live look outside with traffic authority cameras, and you can see 410 at Callahan Road. The sun is back out. It's a beautiful day out there. Far different picture from what we saw earlier this morning with so much rain on the roadways and a lot of little fender benders and skidding going on.
Yeah, and right now we just have nothing but sunshine locally, some lingering clouds farther east of San Antonio. But for the most part, we're all greeted by the sun now after that damp start to the day. But it was good, much needed moisture that we got. And some localized neighborhoods had radar estimates of over an inch of rain. That was the exception opposed to the norm. But this clear sky is going to last through the rest of the evening, and temperatures, they'll be on the cool side. Right now near 70 in Eagle Pass. Lakey's at 65 degrees. You get to Mico 64. 62 in Bulverde, and Windcrest at 64. But with the clear sky, calm wind, and really just good radiational cooling, temperatures will be falling off pretty quickly and will settle down near 40 degrees tomorrow morning. Get ready for some noticeable temperature swings. Talk about how warm, how cool. A couple of cold fronts headed our way, and our next chance of rain in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. The death toll from the earthquake in Turkey and Syria continuing to rise. Right now, it's surpassed 11,000, nearing 12,000 victims. Rescue crews still trying to recover even more people.
Humanitarian aid's been sent to Turkey, and there are efforts to get some aid to Syria as well. These two countries have been at odds for years, and that's making it difficult to get the help Syria needs. At 7.8 magnitude, this is the deadliest quake in more than a decade.
President Joe Biden hitting the road brimming with confidence, it seems, after White House officials were said to be high-fiving and praising his performance last night during the State of the Union. ABC's Ike Jochi in Washington with takeaways and what the president has in store next.
Following his spirited speech during his State of the Union address, President Biden touching down in the battleground state of Wisconsin to deliver a planned speech to union members at a labor training center. It's the first stop in what the White House calls a nationwide blitz, highlighting how his economic plan is creating jobs, which he touted during last night's raucous State of the Union address.
12 million new jobs, more jobs created in 2 years than any president's created in 4 years.
During the president's State of the Union address, one of the loudest interruptions came during Biden's comments on a Republican plan to have all federal spending programs, including Social Security and Medicare, undergo a renewal vote from Congress every 5 years. He refrained from naming names last night. Today in Wisconsin, the president's changing course.
Rick Scott from Florida has a plan. I got his brochure right here. Ron Johnson on Social Security and Medicare, quote, "We should transfer everything."
Biden meeting with workers and apprentices, many of whom are training to do jobs that are being created as a result of not only the bipartisan infrastructure law, but also the CHIPS and Science Act and the Inflation Reduction Act.
The Biden economic plan is working. It's working.
Even as 4 in 10 Americans told an ABC News Washington Post poll, they've gotten worse off financially since Biden became president. Still, Biden confident his administration's agenda will benefit Americans moving forward.
Why in God's name would America give up the progress we made for the chaos they're suggesting?
Following the Wisconsin visit, the president heads to Tampa, Florida, another potential battleground state where he'll talk about lowering health care costs and protecting Social Security and Medicare. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
The reality is the food bank now is taking food onto the base to make it more comfortable, more accessible for those struggling active members to get food.
Food insecurity. It's a problem that affects so many people, including our men and women in uniform.
Yeah, something I really never thought about. Some progress has been made at a federal level to tackle the problem of military hunger, but there are resources available to help service members right now.
Our Jonathan Cotto tells us why it's even happening and who you can turn to for help.
Food insecurity is definitely a big deal. The DoD has recognized that.
Low salaries for enlisted members, not qualifying for low-income food assistance programs, and high rates of unemployment for military spouses are some of the factors contributing to military hunger.
And some of the things that they're doing to combat that is they're offering individuals such as myself, a certified personal financial counselor, free resources at every military installation.
Richard Gomez with the Military and Family Readiness Center says he is seeing more and more service members needing assistance.
Our foot traffic is pretty constant, especially in this community where we have a bunch of young trainees, young airmen who are starting off on their first journey away from home.
He says outside of policy solutions, the Department of Defense has incorporated certain strategies to strengthen service members' financial literacy.
We can discuss everything from just money management in general, building a spend plan, repairing or building credit, tackling debt, and making sure that you're properly insured.
Gomez, who is prior enlisted, says he understands the stigma that may exist in asking for help, but highly encourages service members to take advantage of the resources.
I can speak for myself and so many of the other financial counselors. There's no judgment, right? We've made every mistake in the book, and we just want to give back.
Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Still ahead at 5, what's for dinner? In life, if life keeps you busy, you might be looking for ways to save time. And what better way to cook up something quick than the Instant Pot? Remember those? Might already have one. We have tips on what to make when we come back.
I'm Myra Arthur here in the newsroom. Here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock today. A serial San Antonio thief back in court. Facing a judge in 4 felony cases, Carlos Elizondo is accused of taking money for contracting work and then not showing up. His quick exit from the courthouse. We'll show you that. Plus, hearing the driver of an 18-wheeler allegedly shot another driver in a road rage incident was a first for a driving school instructor. His best advice for anyone who is out on the road these days. Plus, dogs trained right here in San Antonio will be searching for explosives and other dangers at the Super Bowl in Arizona. We'll take you to the Canine Training Center at Lackland. All that and more today on the News at 6.
Thank you, Myra. I'll see you then. Well, remember when Instant Pots were the hot new thing for the kitchen? If yours isn't getting the love it used to, maybe it's time to get back to the basics with it. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz on how to get the most from your appliance and what you may want to try next.
The Instant Pot. It swept home cooks off their feet and rekindled their love affair with pressure cookers and slow cooker meals. But if the one pot romance has fizzled...
So if it's been a while since you've used your Instant Pot, there's a chance that maybe you just got overwhelmed with these elaborate recipes.
Consumer Reports' Tanya Christian says remembering why you loved that Instant Pot can help.
Instant Pots, multi-cookers are meant to make life easier and make cooking easier. So the best way to utilize them is to stick to what they do best. So think about tough cuts of meats, beans, stews, soups, and curries. Those are great in these small kitchen appliances.
Consumer Reports test looked at how well the multi-cookers cook pork ribs, chili, steam rice and veggies, and how well they keep food warm. This Zavor brand got top scores, and it's easy to use and clean. But if it's time for something new, there's the air fryer toaster oven combo.
Air fryer toaster oven is exactly how it sounds. And what's nice is it combines these two small kitchen appliances that a lot of people love into one device.
Consumer Reports' top pick is this Breville brand. For less money, they say this Cuisinart is easy to use and clean and turns out crispy fries and wings. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
We're going to take a live look over one of the most exciting places in town over the next 2.5 weeks. That's the Rodeo Carnival grounds.
Yeah, rodeo. We got our special tomorrow night. Is that right?
That's right, 7 o'clock.
All right, can't wait. The weather, though, going to turn typical rodeo weather here in the next few days, Adam.
Yeah, it kind of felt like rodeo weather last week when we had the icing, didn't it? But we're going to have the cold air this time around. Actually, a series of cold fronts will be affecting us in the days ahead. So get ready for some noticeable temperature swings. Windy cold fronts, more so than rain, especially with the first of two cold fronts. And then we do have another shot at rain come early next week with a shift in our weather pattern. When I talk about noticeable temperature swings, let's just talk about morning temperatures. Tomorrow morning, right near 40 degrees. Friday, we're in the upper 30s. But look at Saturday, down below freezing. About 31 in San Antonio, even cooler in outlying areas, especially into the hill country. And then you see those morning temperatures rebound into early next week. So you really have to be prepared for any type of temperature these days. Let's get right to our overall pattern and talk about what's coming next. There's that big swirl in the atmosphere, northern Texas into Oklahoma, even that blue in the panhandle, a little bit of snow earlier this morning on the cold side or the backside of that low pressure system. Severe weather threat with those red boxes there, Louisiana into Mississippi and even Arkansas. That's where the real good, deep, thick moisture is and the heavier downpours. We picked up just over half an inch. 0.54 at the airport officially from the rain event that we just had. And coming up at 6, I'll get into the details of the radar estimates, get into the neighborhoods and show you how much in between rain gauges, how much rain fell. But this is our next disturbance, this little dip right here near Salt Lake City. That's going to amplify as it drops southward over the next couple of days. And it's going to affect us on Friday, but not for rain chances. Notice that 0% chance, just windy and cold with this next disturbance that affects us Thursday night into Friday. That's going to be a reinforcing shot of cooler air. And then our focus shifts to another system coming in from the west coast. Depending on exactly where it sets up, it could give us another hit of pretty good upper level energy. And of course, another cold front. So right now for next Monday night, we've got the storm chance at 40% there. Some showers and even thunderstorms possible then. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 0%. Actually, some beautiful days ahead of us, especially Saturday. If you want the nicest day of the next 7 days to get outdoors, definitely going to be Saturday afternoon. Cold in the morning, but a beautiful afternoon. Then on Monday, a few light showers here and there, 30%. And then Monday night to very early Tuesday, we bump up that rain chance again because of that secondary disturbance. Let's talk temperatures. Right now, look at Oklahoma City at 39. 46 Dallas, that's where we have the cooler air underneath the clouds and rain. 65 here in town, Del Rio at 70 degrees, Kerrville 72. And as we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll be right near 40 degrees with some patchy fog. I don't expect it to be dense, but it may affect some early risers from about 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. You may have a little bit to deal with out there. I don't expect big problems from it, though. And then otherwise, a very sunny day. By noon, we're up to 63 degrees, and then we have a high temperature right near 70 at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Again, by and large, a very sunny day. Birdie tomorrow at 68. Bandera 72, along with Sabinal and Hondo, up to 72 in Nixon. You can see for the most part right around 70 degrees for high temperatures all across our area. And you look at the high temperature trend, that's going to be up and down quite a bit as well. 70 tomorrow, but by Friday, down to 58. For the high temperature, and we're not going to be much warmer Saturday and Sunday, right near 60 degrees for those highs till we rebound again as we get into next week. By next Wednesday, we're back in the 70s. So a little bit of a roller coaster ride for temperatures, both mornings and afternoons. Expect a lot of sunshine tomorrow all the way through Saturday. A windy Friday. We'll have gusts up to 35 miles per hour, and then again windy next Tuesday behind that next cold front. So some windy cold fronts are headed our way.
Thank you so much, Adam.
All right, the Spurs heading to the Great White North tonight.
And the Spurs really need a win. They've lost 9 in a row. Now, this is a 9-game rodeo road trip, and they know if they don't win, that 9 games is going to feel much longer than that. Coming up, we're going to talk about that. Plus, LeBron James is now the NBA's all-time scoring leader. Coming up.
Coming to the end of the third quarter. LeBron James, a shot at history. And there it is! LeBron stands alone!
That's the basket that put LeBron James on top. He's now the NBA's all-time leading scorer in big board sports. The Spurs are north of the border to face the Toronto Raptors tonight as the Spurs look to end their 9-game losing streak. The guys dropped the road trip opener Monday night in Chicago, 128-104. This is the second and final meeting between the Spurs and Raptors this season. Toronto took game 1 here in town 143-100 back in early November. This long road trip could seem even longer if the Spurs can't pick up a win. Zach Collins knows that and is looking to get the Spurs back in the win column.
We got a long road trip. We got a lot of games, and we got to, there's no real chance to, go back home and kind of recalibrate. So it's important to get a win when we can, and we definitely got to bounce back. So we're definitely hungry for it tonight.
Tip is 6:30 tonight. Jeremy Sohan is out again with low back soreness. Keldon Johnson questionable with left ankle soreness. And Trey Jones is out due to a sore left foot. LA Lakers superstar LeBron James truly is the king when it comes to scoring points. Last night, he buried this 14-foot fadeaway to become the league's all-time scoring leader. He entered the game with 38,352 points and needed 36 to overtake Lakers Hall of Famer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and his 38,387 career points. James scored 38. The captain was one of the first to greet him. And how about this? LeBron was born the same year Kareem set the record in 1984 on the road in Utah. Many thought Kareem's record would never be broken, but along came LeBron James, who can score from all over the court.
I don't think it's really hit me on what just transpired. As much as I tried to live in the moment, it was kind of a blur. Being, out there on the floor with my kids and my wife, my mom, it's a really cool feeling.
Here's how it looked from the view of his sons, Bronny and Bryce, who had baseline seats. That's pretty darn cool. The game was stopped for about 10 minutes while James hugged his family before a brief ceremony with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
So many people with their cameras, when they showed the shot, they showed everybody with their cameras trying to capture that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry.
History making. We'll be right back.
All right, what I want to show you here is the recent rainfall, the storm total from the entire event. And, what really stands out is the difference between the west side and the east side in particular. Let's zoom out a little bit. And the darker greens and yellows indicate over an inch of rain. And you go to the east side of town, not nearly as much. This is one of those situations where, of course, there's a big difference between the folks that get a ton of rain and some people just get a glancing blow. But let's, for example, get just south of Brandeis High School, just east of 1604 there near Braun Road, Dover Ridge, 2.2 inches estimated by the radar right along Bandera Road there within 1604 on the northwest side, nearly an inch. And as we go ahead in time here, it's going to be dry and sunny for several days. Thursday through Saturday, Sunday, we get to Valentine's Day, windy and 68.
Love that Valentine's Day, right, Adam? Thanks for watching the News at 5.
See you at 6.